Hey guys, it's your girl Tamika from LJ's Kitchen. Today we are going to make some turkey wings. So I'm going to give you my tidbits and secrets to how to make the most juiciest, tender turkey wings. So of course we have our really small turkey wings already segmented. I got these from the Amish farmers market in my area. So I tend to like the flat pieces and the wing tips. I'm not big on the drumsticks. However, we have those already segmented. Also, I have black pepper, some seasoned salt, some paprika, some poultry season, sage, some onion powder, some broth-based seasoning, chicken flavor, some Goya chicken bouillon powder, some celery just cut up, onion halved, some bay leaves, and some smashed up garlic. So I'm going to show you how to put this together in 3 easy steps. And oh, we also have water. I'm going to show you how to put it all together and how to make the most delicious turkey wings. So we are going to put in our onion, celery, garlic, and our bay leaves in. We're also going to add in our chicken bouillon from Goya. I have 2 packs that I'm going to sprinkle in. We're going to add in about a teaspoon of poultry season in. Just going to sprinkle that right in. And the same thing for our sage. We're going to put a little bit of ground sage in this, about a teaspoon, because we are going to create a stock. We're going to add in our black pepper. I'm just going to sprinkle some in. I'm going to add in our black pepper. I'm not going to put salt in this because we are already going to use our chicken base from Goya, our chicken bouillon from Goya. So I'm going to put this in. So I am going to add these turkey wings to this pot, to a stock pot. And we are going to bring this to a complete, cover it with water, bring it to a complete boil. Of course, did I mention that I've cleaned these very well? When you are cleaning turkey wings, you want to make sure that you get the thorns. They have some sticky thorns in like this sometimes. This is one that I missed. Let me get this out. You see that? That's one that I missed, and I call myself really thoroughly cleaning these. So sometimes they just hide, so you got to kind of feel on the skin and to make sure all the hair and feathers are totally removed, and the yellow skin. So we're going to put these completely in a saucepan, in a stock pot, and then we're going to cover this with water. Going to bring this to a boil. We're going to take these out and season them and then brown them. And I'll show you what that looks like in a bit. Let's get this on the stove. So I have all the ingredients in, and I am going to cover this and let this come to a boil. And when it comes to a boil, we will let this cook for about 15 minutes when it comes to a boil. And then we're going to take them out, season them, and put them on a long baking sheet, and put some butter slices over it and brown them. I'll show you what that looks like also. So I'm going to use this chicken base. It's broth base and seasoning. So you could really make like chicken broth from this. But I'm going to use this as a seasoning today. And I'm adding it to my seasoned salt, my Lowry seasoned salt. I'm going to add some black pepper in, because this is what we're going to season our turkey wings up when they come out of the parboil. Some onion powder. I like lots of onion powder. You can also use some granulated powder as well. I'm going to sprinkle paprika on it at the last, after I season it with these few seasonings. Whenever I'm teaching, I like to make sure that I tell you every little detail. Some people don't like when I talk so much. They just want me to cook, as they say. But I have people that are fans that are amateur cooks, so I go through everything. So make sure that you taste your seasoning, because when you taste your seasoning, you're able to see if you need any of the other seasonings added. And in this case, I felt like I needed to add some granulated garlic, so I'm going to add some granulated garlic into this as well. And you know, make sure you stir it all together really well. Okay, so they came to a boil, so we are going to let these just kind of parboil for about 15 minutes. You don't want them to boil too long. You just want the meat to start breaking down just a bit, so when you bake them, that they will be nice and tender. So just want to make sure that they're all going to cook down the same. So just make sure you turn them over and make sure maybe the ones that are on top get kind of down in the bottom. So I tend to do that. Like so. Don't make a big fuss about it, because they're still going to cook in the oven. I took the lid off because I didn't want them to come to a over boil over is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to get a little tongue twisted today. So we're going to let that go. I'll have it on the timer, so it's about another 12 minutes to go. When you flip them, you can just put the lid back on them and just turn it down just a bit so it doesn't boil over. Turn my flame down just a little bit. So we are now going to remove these from the pot that they parboiled in for a good 15 minutes. So they're not cooked all the way through. So we wanted that flavor that we infused in this water and made like a stock, and it'll help the cooking process. And you can actually save this stock, because we're going to make some gravy with this stock, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, so I'm going to finish removing these so that we can season them and brown them. So we're going to take this seasoning and we are just going to season our turkey wings on both sides with this seasoning. We're going to put butter slices over top of them. We're going to brown them, and then we're going to add them to our pot. And then we're going to cook them for approximately one hour. So you want to make sure they're seasoned all the way through really, really well. This way they don't have to cook for 2 and 3 hours. Especially if you have really large turkey wings. If you have really large turkey wings, they tend to have to cook for a really long time. So we're going to turn these over. Like so, and season the other side. Take some butter slices, put them over top. It's going to be delicious, guys. This is an easy way of making turkey wings, even though there are several steps to it. But people want to always know why my turkey wings, why don't you just brown them at the end? They just don't brown all the way through at the end like you want them to. Not when they're piled on top of each other. So this is why my turkey wings come out the way they do. And I'm giving you guys all my secrets. Just can't put them in your own cookbook, because I'm going to get you if you do. No, I'm just kidding. But no, these are going to be the most tender turkey wings. And the reason why I am filming this like this, because I'm doing this, filming my own, on my own. So this is how it's seasoned up. And then I'm just going to take some slices of butter after I sprinkle paprika on it and just put it over top of each one. I'll show you what it looks like before it goes into the broiler. So this is how it looks before it goes in the oven. I just put some butter slices over top. It's still burning hot, so I'm going to just put it in the oven now on broil and let it brown on both sides and add it to my stock pot. I'm sorry, my roasting pan. So they have browned on both sides. You want to get a little char on it like this. And then you're going to add it to your big pot. Well, not pot, but roasting pan. This way you can pile them on top of each other and they're all brown and they're going to get, they're going to cook all the way through at the same time. Okay, so they are nicely browned on all sides. So this way I can pile them on top because they're browned the way I want them to be into my larger pot. I know it seems like it's a lot of steps. It really isn't. I guess this is just the way I've learned how to do it over the years. And actually this is only for 3 people. It's for my sweetie and my son and I. But I mean, I figure I don't have to cook tomorrow. So I'm going to get as many piled in as I can. And then I like to sprinkle some onion on top. And I like to pour all of these drippings in with it. And then I'm going to use that stock that we parboiled them in. Just a little of it, maybe about a ½ inch. And we're going to go ahead and steam these in the oven. Covered, but make sure you cover it and put them in the oven. And then I'll show you how to do the gravy when it comes out. Okay, so I decided to switch this up to make it more simplistic for those that are watching. So I decided to just make my gravy while it is baking. So I put some cornstarch along with the that stock that I parboiled the turkey wings with, a little Worcestershire sauce, some Jamaican browning, just a little bit of that. It's a little bitter, but I have a little bit of that in there. And now I'm just going to pour this over top. And as it cooks, it's going to thicken the gravy as well, so we don't have to make a side gravy. I didn't want to make it hard for anyone that wanted to get dinner on a table quickly. So you can also do that. You can also use Lipton onion soup mix, but I didn't want it to be too salty, so I just did it that way. So I'm going to cover it. Guys, I do not know where my lid is. Who knows, when you tell kids to put stuff up. So you can also just cover this. We're going to cover this and put this in a 350-degree oven for about an hour or until it's done. And I promise you it will fall off the bone tender when it's done. Alright, so we have our turkey wings. Maybe get down a little closer so they can see how nicely brown they are. They're cooked all the way through. They're nice and tender. Let's see. Can you see how tender they are? I can just press on them. They're nice and tender. And I'm going to just pour some gravy over top of them. Because we like it like this. Nice and smothered. Save some gravy for our rice. But I just got to taste one of these. this one. I'm gonna get a plate. That looks good, just like that. And I want to take one of these turkey wings, and I just want to show you how nice and tender they are. Let me see if I can get this one. I want a little bit more of that gravy. And I like to eat the skin on mine. Look how tender it is. Nice and tender. I'm gonna taste it. I'm dipping in some more of this gravy. It looks good, right? It's a little bit too much for my mouth. It's so tender. And that gravy just sets it off. You could probably pick the whole thing up and just eat it. Nice and tender. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps.